Welcome back. This is number 3 of the Hardanger lessons. We're doing this piece, a very easy beginner's piece. Please read the disclaimer below, and I do have a little more information below about where to get supplies and even a suggested beginner kit for you. Okay, so we are at, and I'm just going to sit down and try real hard to keep this in line. We are now at the turn. We're going to be coming up here and turning down there. So as I showed in the last video, we're going to do our 5 satin stitches. Let me just make sure I've got that. Is that right? Yeah. 5 satin stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, and again we're lined up with our guidelines so that we know we're in the exact right spot. We don't have to take it out and try it again. And this is that's number 4, and this is number 5. Now, what's going to happen is, if you were continuing along this line, we would come and do satin stitches here. However, we're now going to go that way. So our satin stitches have to match with this one. 90 degrees, so we need to do our stitches this way, which is 90 degrees from this one, and it matches that one. So we have actually 4 threads in between this block and then this block that'll be up here. So what I've done is, because I'm going to be doing the 90 degrees up here, I came up in this exact same hole and I'll go down here. Now let me just turn it and count. So, oh, I split a thread. Hang on a second, I apologize. I told you at the very beginning, don't split threads. That's because I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, so there, hang on, am I right? There we go. Okay, so this is, whoop, now I've just moved the camera, just 1 second, sorry about this guys. We are an amateur hour here. Okay, so I gotta do the 5th stitch over again. So this is stitch number 5. That's the 5th stitch in our block, and I'm going to come back out the same hole here because I'm going to do a perpendicular 90 degree up there. Okay. And I'm going to go up. I'm trying to make sure I stay in camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that our first stitch, we'll go down here and we'll come up here for the 2nd stitch. Okay. Now, just as a refresher, when you are here, when you're doing that 5th, this last stitch, let me see if I can look in the camera so that I can show you. Okay, just a second here. So, oh, I'm sorry. It's a bit of a comedy hour too. Okay, when you've done this last 5th stitch, do not come up at the top here. Do not come up here, because that means you've got a leg behind of thread there, and you don't want that. You want your stitches to wrap. They're going to wrap all the way around here, and then they're going to wrap all the way around here and wrap. That's what satin stitches do, is that wraps. So as a reminder, maybe what I'll do is I'll do another corner. Let's stitch a bit. We've got 12 minutes. You can always fast forward. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch. And stitch. I really wish I could see what I'm doing so that I could make sure I keep it in camera for you. Stitch And so we're going to turn, and let me just get that stitch in. So we're going to do the last fifth satin stitch here, and we're going to get set up to do the first one here, 90 degrees again. 90 degrees, and turn. Get that. Let me just unravel it a little bit. Turn, and I'll come and I'll do that. A lot of people make a mistake at this next turn. This is the one that I was talking about before, and I'll get up to it and I'll do it again because this does seem to cause, and it caused me a lot of problems too when I first started. Very often I would flip my work over. Let's get to this last. Okay, so hang on. See, I would flip my work over to make sure I did not have a line of thread going between there. You do not want any lines of threads there. And when I did, I'd have to backtrack and get it fixed. Okay, so we need to, there's 4 threads, 4 stitches. We need to do the 5th stitch of our block, and then we need to get set up to start the next block, which is 90 degrees. So as I said before, there is the option of doing that, but then you have that thread in the back and it's not wrapping properly. So you have to do it this way. Okay, there we go. We can turn our work and carry on. I hope you saw that. I'm trying real hard to keep it in camera. Okay, so we'll carry on. And whoop, carry on. Now I should mention as well, this is the most common Kloster block, which is 5 satin stitches over 4 threads. That's the most common, but you will see other Kloster blocks where you may start with 2, then 3, and then 4, you know, threads high, or 4 threads high, 5 threads high, 6 threads high, so it comes at a point and goes down like that. You will see that as well, and it's very pretty, very decorative, beautiful, but the principle is always the same, that when you get to the turn, you want to make sure that you're getting set up for the turn. And here's the one turn where you would finish this thread, you get set up so you can start the next, and it's always at 90 degrees. And those are the turns. And then you can tell again that you are in line, because if you do 1, 2, oh, well, we'll do this way. Let me do this first. I'm sorry. I keep saying I'm sorry, and I just fast forward if you don't want to watch this. Fast forward. Okay, so we're going to go up here, go up here, go up here, and that's the last. So that's we've got to finish the number 5 and then start the number 1 90 degrees up here. And if you notice, we are right in line between these two, which is 4 threads, so we're right in line. And if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're right in line that way as well, because this is at the number 3, so there's 2 on either side. Again, that helps you, especially if you're doing a very large piece. And then if you did do the diagonals, you can catch it there too. If you've got it wrong, please fix it. Please go back, you have to fix it. You will not be able to cut if it's incorrect. That's the big thing with Hardanger. But once you get the hang of it, it won't be hard. It's just a matter of careful counting, making sure, using guidelines. I know they're a pain to put in, but they do really help in the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do, where are we now? We're almost 10 minutes. And again, I really hope you were able to see that because I can't see what I'm doing in the camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just jog around the corner quick, and I'm going to show you a start and an ending thread. Now again, this is not written in stone. This is how I do it, and you can do it however you like. But this is just my suggestion. So next video I'm going to start and end, or I'm going to end this thread and start a new thread, even though we don't need to. It's just a good thing to know. Thank you again for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.